Welcome to the Olympian Mindset podcast, where we help regular Malaysians break through their limits to achieve greatness. If you've ever felt stuck in your journey, maybe you're just starting out, or you're trying to reinvent your life or your career, the next hour plus is for you. We'll deep dive into the 3Ms: mindset, mentorship, and money. And you'll leave this conversation with powerful ideas and tools to design a better path forward, one rooted in bold thinking, strategic learning, and financial clarity. Today's guest is someone who embodies innovation, ambition, and calculated risks. Neoh, or Joel Neoh for you Malaysians. You may know him as the founder of Groupon Malaysia, Fave, or maybe you've heard about his work in investing in and mentoring the next wave of Southeast Asia's entrepreneurs. Joel's story began right here in Malaysia, but his mindset and execution have always been global. He's built tech companies that have scaled regionally, exited to global giants, and shaped entire industries, all while staying grounded, curious, and constantly evolving. So why should you pay close attention today? Well, because Joel has lived what most people only dream about: multiple exits, global expansion, and investment acumen. And more importantly, he's constantly reinventing himself. So let's welcome to the Olympian Mindset podcast, Joel Neoh. Anyone that achieve one of your achievements would be already a lifetime achievement, already enough to make them a legacy. And then you've done it over and over and over. But okay, we're talking about greatness. You've achieved greatness. But today, what does greatness mean to you?
I think it's changed in the past few years. Maybe in the early years, it was becoming best in the world, right? Best in the world. Almost to some extent self-mastery.
Right.
But in the past few years, I realized that sometimes is a selfish endeavor to be best in the world.
Absolutely.
So it's actually combining best in the world with best for the world. Right? So if you can combine being best in the world for the world, then that essentially becomes less self-serving, but actually supporting. Because if you think about a concept of a so when I think of an individual and a startup or a company, an individual, you can be best in the world. For example, in your pursuit to be
best in best
Olympics, cyclist in the
best
world.
in the world, right?
Yeah, and you were on that path, and you were best in the world. At different stages in your life. Yeah. But if you think of the concept of a startup and company, you can't think of a startup company that's successful by being best in the world. It's always being best for the world, because you got to serve others.
When you shift that, when you put that in perspective, that's much more powerful.
Yeah. There's no company, if you think of it, try to think of
best
maybe one
world.
company that's best in the world that serves itself. It doesn't exist. Because the construct of a company is people coming together to build something that serves other people.
Absolutely.
And then eventually, where does it dividends and so on? You're actually paying back to shareholders, right? Which is actually serving shareholders who are your investors.
Yes.
So I think if we can shift an individual mindset, from self-mastery to serving others, and maybe perhaps that's why the Olympian Mindset podcast is here too, to actually serve others.
Absolutely.
I think that's the way I think what greatness is, right?
Oh, that's brilliant. That's the best answer that I've ever gotten, hands down. Man, that gave me goosebumps, bro.
Because I'm quite passionate about tennis. So 10 years ago, I picked up tennis.
Okay.
Because I was watching Roger Federer play.
Yeah.
And then there's always this GOAT discussion.
Of course.
Of all time. Who is it? Nadal? Is it Federer? Is it Djokovic?
Yep.
So if you think about who is best in the world, and if you look at their stats, it's probably Djokovic, right? In terms of stats.
Hands down.
Right?
Yeah.
How many titles he's won, longevity, so on and so forth.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then when you think of four, which is who contributed the most
then the
to
other
tennis, then it is the other two.
The other two.
Yeah, because you will hear millions of people started playing tennis because of both of them, so on and so forth, because it's contribution in terms of what they have done for others, not necessarily just what they've won.
What they've done to inspire. And most would say Federer. But a lot, I mean, I'm the camp Nadal. Because I just love the grit, just the raw focus and,
Yeah.
OCD-ness of him. I love that.
Yeah.
Did you watch the U.S. Open final?
I did, yeah. Sinner
Which,
and Alcaraz.
which camp are you?
It's split, man.
Really?
It's hard
Okay.
to choose. It's hard to pick.
They are both so
good.
humble.
Yeah, and so humble,
And
yes.
so good.
yeah.
And again, I think both of them are just self-mastery,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Athletes, athletes are programmed to be selfish.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, right? Because you got to just focus on yourself to be the best.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that was a great final, and it's gone back and forth since the Wimbledon and this and the French. Like, it's crazy. That's probably one of the best.
The French Open, yes.
That was one of the
matches,
best.
Yeah.
Right?
5.5 hours.
We are so privileged now that we thought, okay, man, it's tennis is plateaued with the three greats, and two of them gone, and now one of them on their way out. But they got replaced really quickly.
Yeah.
These guys came in. It's like, actually, they're so young and so mature.
Yeah.
And I don't.
So I think that's what. So when I observed that shift from the big three to now this big two,
yes,
there was a period in between that was a big question mark.
It was,
right?
true.
Because there was Zverev, Tsitsipas. They thought these guys would come up.
Yeah.
But essentially, I think what Sinner and Alcaraz has managed to do, aside from being really good at what they, the tennis they play, but as individuals, a lot of people are inspired by them. Like they do more, they do beyond just winning matches. Yeah. It's kind of how people feel about them.
I think
the
so.
sport. I think
you're right.
That's a big one.
Yeah. They're always, they provide so much value afterward too.
Yes.
In the conversations.
The Yannick
right?
Sinner's interview after he lost, and how he, a lot of people were talking about, his mindset after he lost. Yeah. Admitting that he was too predictable, he's got to improve, and he's like world number one.
Yeah,
right?
it's crazy.
Well,
now number two.
Number two,
but I was watching that. I'm like, man, this guy is like, he's kind of like his own chat GPT. Like, okay, there's a lot of reflection. Which really resonated with me, because I find the older I get, the more I reflect. Do you find that too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like we're deep diving further.
By the way, we've started.
Yeah, we started.
Oh, no way. I thought we were just going through the brief.
That's the best way to go, right? When you don't actively think, and you just, it's natural. I'd like try to create natural conversations.
Okay.
And this
I didn't even realize that we've started.
This would be a conversation.
It's a good one,
I owe you lunch because we didn't have time today, but I definitely wanted to take you to lunch or dinner, and this would be our conversation if we did, right? It's pretty cool. I'm not into tennis, but I'm into watching. I'm into pickleball and paddle.
Yeah. Are you good?
Because it's easier on my knees.
Oh, yes.
Well, I'm good for a beginner.
Yeah.
I can play enough to.
Do you have the Olympian mindset?
To hang out.
Yeah. What's
I don't have the Olympian mindset so much for the game as much as using it as a tool to empower my career. So it used to be golf. Golf and pickleball and paddle is now the new golf. It's like everyone. So I made, a lot of my deal flows come from that.
Got it.
So So I'm just connecting, enjoying, having fun, bringing value to each other, creating trust, rapport, and next thing that leads to deal. So I love pickle. You probably don't know most tennis people. You haven't played?
Yeah, because so when I was living in Hong Kong, pickle is not a big thing because of there's not enough land, right, or space to build courts.
I think you'll like it.
Yeah.
But the hardest thing is like the silver fox is to get you across the line to actually go and try it.
And try and do it.
Because from tennis to pickle, that's not a real sport. That's like ping pong, right?
I think it's great. Also, I played pickup once.
Okay.
But it was a trip to Penang. My parents was there.
Okay.
And
Do
then
they play?
I got my dad to just try it, and he liked it.
Okay.
So that's where I can see multi-generational activities. Grandparents, kids, parents.
It's amazing because it's one thing. Like for me to pick up tennis and be able to enjoy with you, it's gonna take a while. Same thing with golf.
Yeah.
Just the level of like first degree mastery, it's gonna take a lot of time, a lot of resource. With pickle, 2-3 times, boom.
Yeah.
And I come from a racket background. Right, cycling we just focus on one plane, and now it has to be everything 3-dimensional. I think I'm like lost the placement, footwork, everything.
Family
right,
plays pickle as well, like so.
No, my wife is a little bit more. Her friends are a little more focus on paddle.
Oh, paddle.
So for paddle, you probably like that better because it's similar, right? A little bit like a hybrid between squash.
Squash,
right?
Squash and tennis.
Have you tried?
Once.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did it go?
It's actually quite difficult.
No, it is.
Yeah.
It is
not easy, and it's quite tiring.
It's a lot of technical.
Yeah,
When
especially
you
when
need
when the what do you call it? The ball or
the ball looks the same, right?
Oh yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
But it's different. It's a different level of bounce.
Yeah.
But it looked like
different. Yeah.
You know. But it's quite fun. I do pedal with her. So when you go on dates, probably once or twice a week.
Yeah.
There's a lot of courts, man. The supply demand has changed.
Is
a lot
it still
of supply
like
now.
Oh, a lot of.
Used to be just you couldn't get a booking. It's shifting right now because like half a dozen courts are now popping up everywhere at the same time.
Do you think at some point there's going to be like, or has it started to become oversupply?
With pickle. Pedal not so much because the capex is like three times the pickle.
How much is it to build a court?
One court would be about 150 grand
for paddle.
And for
is
pickle.
It pedal or pedal?
It's pedal. But it's just like
in Malaysia, most people call it
Joel or Joel, right? So Americans call you Joel.
Yeah, Joel. Yeah.
Malaysians Joel, right?
Yeah.
Which one do you prefer?
Actually, I think one syllable is easier. Like I just
Joel.
know Joel is like easier, right?
Joel,
One syllable,
yeah. But for here, I will say Joel because it's primarily Malaysian audience.
Yeah.
But for
Okay,
so it's the same. They'll say paddle here, but it's pedal, right?
Pedal, yeah.
Well, we'll have to go sometime.
Yeah. Where do you play?
Paddle ground. Now I'm going to a lot because the friends are opening mostly up north KL.
Okay.
You
live near Mont Carol. Oh,
No, I'm Damansara
right?
Heights. Yeah. Where are you at?
The same.
Okay, cool. Well, we can have to connect.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so let's go. No, okay, so we're gonna cover mindset, mentorship, and money. So we can take it off into how deep you want to go.
I'll follow your lead.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Well, so I have a guide, but usually we kind of go off it in tangents. But you've exited multiple companies and built across borders, right? What inner mindset or belief system helped you stay grounded through the hyper growth and the changes? Belief system.
Yeah.
Mindset.
I guess, when I was starting up companies, so to me, the concept of a company is actually just a group of people building towards a common goal or common mission.
Yeah.
Right. So I like registering companies or setting up companies because it just gives me an excuse to bring people that I like together
hang
do
out.
something, right?
Yeah, I like
so
that.
That's how I think about it. It's so as I started to build it, I realized that different people look at companies differently. They think of companies as a way to enrich themselves.
Right.
To be a millionaire. Or to be a legacy, something that they can pass on to their family members.
Yeah.
But I actually looked at it more of an extension of myself. If something I'm passionate about, how do I actually involve 10, 20 people to do it? And so then that eventually led to 15, 20 years of building 4 or 5 companies, investing in 50 companies.
Yeah.
So it's just...
Right. Okay.
That's how...
Now I'm thinking about that resonates so much because that's now how I'm approaching it.
Yeah.
It's friends already that I know, common goal, pitch them an idea, a little strategy, and then you go, okay, let's try it.
Yeah.
And you build, and you don't even talk about stakeholder management. You don't talk about the cap table. You don't talk about anything. We have to a little bit mention it, but it's like, let's go. How do we solve a problem?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And then once you solve it, then of course I always think pilot.
Yeah.
Then your proof of concept.
Yeah.
Your pilot's a proof of concept.
That's right.
Then
Yeah.
you do the structural.
Yeah. Yeah, it actually starts off.
Right.
Agree with you. So it starts off with, like, what is the purpose of this company? So, and the concept of company is man-made. if you try to describe what a company is to someone that existed 1,000 years ago, it's almost like magic.
Yeah.
You created something where now 10 people, 5 people, 5,000 people could work together and create something that didn't
huge
exist.
value. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and that's where, as a founder, and if you've been through it as well, maybe at some point of time in your life, you wanted to set this company up because you want to see this realized, or you want to make some money, or you want to. So that starting point actually attracts a certain type of people to join the company. So if you end up with a lot of people talking to you about cap table investments, then usually it's because the purpose of the company initially was set up to help people make money. Then everyone's thinking about a cap table. Yeah. But if your purpose is actually to do something that serves a certain group of people, then you would attract
enrich others' lives.
Yeah, I think then you attract the right people.
Then the right mindset, right?
That's with you for that long run. So
that's a great take, and that's what is something that I think, because you've gone through it so many times, you're able to look from top down and kind of see it and take away, basically simplify it. I think if you come from down, you're kind of like, whoa, right?
Yeah, I
love that. I love that
because I kind of went through multiple cycles of this, like starting company or investing companies. As I've invested in more than 50 companies, I've looked at thousands. And aside from the business model, what would strike me, or at least the first thing I'll take note, is why is this person actually starting this company or even building this company? And it could be for various reasons, and that's a beautiful part of any entity or startup. So you will analyze the why, which is really good, right? The that's what drives everything. The why. And I tell you what, I coach people mindset wise. That's the most important thing, finding your why. And you just said it right there so simply. Oh, that's very good. Awesome. It's getting deep.
I love it. It's really deep. Well, we warmed up. We had a lot of warm up. So the early days of your startups, how did you deal with fear of self-doubt? Early days.
So many people don't know this, but actually when I was 19 years old, I was like the number one junior rock climber in Malaysia.
Okay. Right.
So I did it. I was rock climbing for 3 years. I loved it. But I actually had fear of heights.
Okay.
So every time I climb and when I look down,
you freak out.
I freak out.
Wow.
Every single time.
Okay.
And I've done thousands of climbs, during that period. And every time that fear, it never went away. So to be at the top of that sport, at least what I learned is to live with it. Right?
Live with the fear.
You got to live with it and then
use it to your advantage
use it
too.
to the advantage. Right. Because sometimes that fear doesn't actually go away.
Okay.
Right?
Do you still climb?
I do leisurely. Right. Usually.
Okay. Well, outdoor, indoor combination.
Mostly indoor.
Okay. Well, Malaysia mostly indoor.
Mostly indoor. Yeah.
Oh, we got some great ones here now.
Batu caves. Have you done it?
I've done outdoor, not in Malaysia, but I've done indoor in Malaysia. So I just started with my kids at Camp 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The one in Bangsa. Yeah. Because kids under 7's free.
Oh.
Startup mode. I have to watch my spending. But they also have Batu too as well.
Oh yeah, Batu. Yes.
Have you seen? Yeah,
I've not been there, but a friend of mine.
That's pretty cool place. So it's like, geez, the capex here, like 8 million. I asked them, 8 million.
Which one?
Like,
PJ.
Batu.
PJ.
Batu one, PJ. It's crazy. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And then you see the pricing to get in. You're like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
But
how much is it?
It's more expensive than Camp 5.
Oh, okay.
Right? Yeah, I just remember I'm looking at price. Okay, because I have 5 people in my family. I'm like, okay, that's not cheap just to try. But we have a great rock climbing scene here, right? So
but when I first started, there was only one rock climbing wall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in Summit USJ.
Okay.
Summit this. Yeah.
Yeah. But now they're everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah.
It's just like it's trend. Malaysians are trendy. Once it
Yeah.
goes trendy, like everyone opens the same
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
Pickleball is trendy now. Like there's fucking hundreds of courts.
I think that's yeah. I mean, that's the beauty of Malaysia. There's a lot of times a lot of options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Even
true.
like coffee. Yeah.
Oh man, coffee
So
here has
many-
changed
yeah.
since you've left.
Yeah.
Wait, when's the last time you were living here full time?
2 years ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's changed already.
Yeah.
I mean, with the Chinese coming in,
Yes.
clean everyone, eat everyone's lunch,
Yeah,
drink everyone's
yeah,
coffee,
yeah,
man. The
yeah.
Chinese.
Yeah, it's almost like when I came back and I see all this Chinese retail brand, like
Yeah.
Chinese drink,
Yeah.
drinks. I don't know what you even call that. Like Mee Shui.
Mee Shui.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 1 ringgit for a Sunday cone or 2 ringgit or something. I
How
thought I
can
went
you
back in
compete?
time.
Yeah. Like,
in
how can
terms
you
of pricing.
compete? How can you?
Yeah.
Because they own the whole
Yeah.
vertical
Yeah.
integration, so they don't
Yeah.
have to make money off
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
They make money in little bits all across,
Yeah.
right?
Is
So
it?
that's how they
Yeah.
clean everyone out.
Yeah, like
Americans
lemonade
are
for 1-2
screwed,
ringgit
man.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think Starbucks gonna be around for a long time.
There are a
from
few
my-
already that shut down.
Yeah,
right?
I think they're gonna be in 2 years. They're gonna be completely gone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's also all the other parts of F&B. They're coming.
Yeah.
My mentor
Chinese
is like,
retailers,
he's
yeah.
raising a big fund
Mhm.
to bring all of them in.
Yeah.
150 million fund. He's
Yeah.
bringing all of them. He
Yeah.
said, bro, I went to China.
Mm.
You can't beat them. You join them.
Yeah.
So you just join venture.
Yeah.
You just JV. We know our market. We'll raise the fund. We'll come.
Yeah.
Chinese,
Yeah.
they're okay with that,
Yeah,
right?
they're okay with that.
So the people that aren't
Mm.
up to that, they're
Yeah.
gonna get crushed.
Yep. No, exactly. I think for a lot of consumer businesses specifically, the biggest competition is
Yeah.
actually coming.
Oh, yeah.
Which that's where even when we speak to investors, while even companies can be doing 10 million, 100 million revenue today for consumer market, that may change in the next 3 to 5 years when Chinese competition comes.
Oh, absolutely. It's
Yeah.
already changing, man.
Yeah.
But people just kind of like sleeping, half asleep. I'm
Yeah.
like, man, you're gonna
Yeah.
you're gonna have cold water poured on
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Because for us that have that are
Yeah.
kind of looped in,
Mhm.
like we see it, man. Nuts, right? So okay, get back on.
Yeah,
track. I'm feeling that you
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
were
yeah.
just gonna like always,
Yeah.
our energy's like that. How do you stay focused?
Yeah.
Ironically,
That's good,
How
yeah.
do you stay focused in a world full of distractions and comparison? Like, i.e., when we were in our 20s, distractions,
Mhm.
comparison. How do you keep focused now? Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good question.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I had to think about that myself. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. I think it's easier to stay focused when, or at least maybe I'll speak for myself. It's
Yeah.
easier for me to stay focused when I am clear what I want to achieve, or what, maybe less about what I want to achieve, but who I want to become.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe I'll kind of go one round to answer this question.
Yeah.
So when I was younger, achievements was important to me.
Yeah.
Then as I've started to achieve certain things that I set for myself, whether financial freedom, building a
Yeah.
company,
Yeah.
I realized that achievement is almost just the steps to becoming the person you want to be. So
The journey.
The journey. So now I think about when I'm about to do something, invest in a company or build something, I think of actually who do I want to become in the next, say, X number of years, and then I work backwards from there.
Okay.
That helps me to focus on the
Okay.
things that achieves that end outcome.
How far do you look ahead at the person you want to be?
Maybe a year or two.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
like
I was thinking a little longer.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Year or two.
A year or two.
So you do a year or two at a time. Because I
Yeah.
guess in your
Yeah.
world things move so fast. A year or
Fast,
two is
yeah.
long.
It's quite a while.
Whereas if
Yeah.
you're a Malaysian and you're not in a fast moving tech or startup world,
Yeah.
5 years is more of like the
Yeah.
equivalent of your 2 years.
Yeah.
Right?
So yeah,
Yeah,
I think in the
yeah.
tech space
Right?
definitely things move much faster.
Super. Yeah.
But then if I zoom out, I could also look at it by decades.
Okay.
right? So perhaps in the 20s, the way I would look at it is, in the 20s is a good time to experiment,
Oh, yeah.
right? With
Make
stuff.
mistakes.
Yeah,
right?
make
fail
mistakes.
fast, fail.
Exactly. Start something, fail at something. It's okay. Right?
Yeah,
Come back
yeah.
again, or follow someone that you really respect, that
Yeah.
you feel like, hey, this person is someone who I might want to become.
Okay.
As I go. So that's
Yeah.
in the 20s.
Okay.
Then in the 30s, I find after learning the skill sets and knowing what works, what doesn't work, it's a really good time to execute and double down on yourself. Right? Take bets on yourself. Go big. Right? Go big or go home. That's the 30s. Now as I get into just getting into the early 40s, I find that it's about it's actually about contributing back to others.
Okay.
Because
only in my 40s that I get that.
You start to think of that.
Yeah. In
right?
30s, no.
No, because you just
20s, no way.
No way.
Right.
And also one thing that is maybe like you start to realize in your 40s that you can't do or you can't execute as much as the 20s. Because these guys don't need sleep, right? Like that was how we were 20 years ago.
Recovery is different. Our bodies are different. Right?
And then in the technology space, they are more native to the newer technology. So right now, AI is the big thing. For someone who's 23 years old, 25 years old, they are AI natives. But then for us, we were more digital natives, like mobile natives. That was our generation. But technology is going to change as well. So,
absolutely. Very, very interesting. So for someone who's listening, who feels stuck in their career, right? They're unsure of their next move. What mindset do they need to start shifting today? We're talking someone that's, say, our age, that just like, they realize a little bit later than normal that they made the mistake, and that's not their calling. It's never too late, of course.
Never too late.
Right? So there's a lot of 30-somethings, 40-somethings year old that finally get it. They wake up and go, shoot, I need to pivot.
So like it's a famous quote, right? That, the best time was yesterday, and the next best time is today, right? So, I think making that decision and then taking it forward is probably within our hands, right? But I think oftentimes, like you mentioned earlier about fear, that's what stops us.
Absolutely.
Right?
Because there's so much unknown, right?
It's like, oh, it's easy for you to say, bro. You're freaking wealthy. But for me, if I step away, I got kids. Well, what am I gonna do? I got kids. If I step away, I don't have that much savings. Blah blah blah. I've gone through this in the last 2 years. I was comfy, T20 salary, living in Damansara Heights, renting in Damansara Heights. Driving my 911. I had the great life. Probably only coaching 20 hours a week. But then there's the ceiling. And then when I started to realize, shoot, I got the second kid and started enrolling in school, I did the math. I'm like, ooh, this is not sustainable. Something always has to give. And I don't want to go through life like that. So then it's like, how do you transition? Okay, a guy like me,
but that being said, like you are also ambitious,
right?
But there are when I see a lot of Malaysians, they are comfortable. And it's whether it's a good thing or bad thing. I don't think it's for me to judge or anyone to judge. It's just a choice.
Can be both.
Right? And to some extent, the good thing in Malaysia is you can be comfortable. So when I was living in Hong Kong, if you were not making good money, if you are living sort of middle class income, it's hard to be comfortable. It's uncomfortable.
So their M40 is uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable.
Whereas our M40 is pretty comfortable. I think
in Malaysia,
according to my friends,
have so many options of 1-2 ringgit lemonades, pickleball courts everywhere.
Or even lunch for two of us was 19 ringgit just now. The trendy mamak place. 19 ringgit, two of us with drink. I was like, that's not realistic in other
in most countries.
even 19 USD and can we both eat for 19 USD?
Nope.
Very unlikely, right?
And think about like how the access of cars and vehicles. In Malaysia, anyone can actually have a car. Even a B40 can actually own a car, which is. So
we got more cars than humans.
Than humans, and that's where sometimes I think Malaysians, we do take for granted the comfort level that we are able to live. And that's why Malaysia is actually a great place to live.
I totally agree. I think so.
Petrol price is 2 ringgit.
So cheap, right?
It's actually one of the cheapest in the world.
I think it's top 10 still.
in the world.
Yeah, no, it's insane.
In Hong Kong, it was 10 times more for per liter.
10. But okay, Hong Kong's extreme.
Yeah, extreme.
But Singapore is still multiple times.
Multiple times, yeah.
Thailand's still over double.
Yeah.
So even our neighbors who have a lower GDP
Yeah.
have more expensive petrol.
Yep.
And then if we look in about space,
Yeah.
we have a lot more
lot of
space,
space, yep.
compared to even like Japan,
Mhm.
Korea,
Mhm.
everyone.
Yep. So Malaysia is a great place to live, to be comfortable. But
Yeah.
what I think is important
Mm.
for Malaysians is to challenge ourselves to be more ambitious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
So that's the mindset, Olympian mindset we need.
Well, you know, there's a time I did network marketing
Mhm.
because I knew that's the best way to upskill.
Mhm.
It was very hard.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So I did that, and boy, it was very hard because Malaysians are comfortable.
Oh yeah.
You need the countries where network marketings succeed
Mhm.
are where they're hungry.
Mhm.
Right?
Mhm.
So that doing that made me realize, hey,
Mm.
Malaysians aren't very hungry in general. In general, of course, you're always gonna have your cream of
Yeah.
the crop, but in general, our average Malaysian is, and you know what? I don't think it's a bad thing too.
Mm.
They're content.
Mhm.
It's something maybe
Yeah.
we're unfamiliar with contentment.
So I think exactly. So
Right.
I think we are one part of this multi-diverse or
Yeah.
very diverse society
Yeah.
in which when I think about network marketing or MLM,
yeah.
I tend to think about the Chinese-speaking Chinese
Mm.
crowd.
Yeah.
Because back then when I first started, as an entrepreneur, I met these folks who were selling like oil and
Okay.
selling
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
supplements, and
Yeah, yeah.
there is quite a number of network marketing sort of companies.
There's
They
quite.
have like thousands of people, but mostly Chinese speaking. Right?
Ah, okay.
Then the Malay segment's a bit different.
Yeah.
The Malay segment's more community marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're not like hard selling.
No, they
but it's
don't
actually
hard
serving
sell.
their community
Yeah.
because it's part and parcel of the values.
Yeah, it is.
And then
They're
I guess
very
like for us,
community.
we would look at maybe the developed countries.
Yeah.
Like, hey, in the US, hey, China, what's going on there?
Yeah.
And what can we learn? How can we push Malaysia forward? How can we leverage? So that's sort of, and I think that's a beautiful part of being in a diverse society. We see sort of different parts of motivation
Yeah,
that comes
yeah.
together as one country.
Yeah, we do.
Mm,
And we're
yeah,
privileged
so-
to have now, because we live in different countries, to have that
Yep.
the perspective.
Yep.
Gold.
Yeah.
Gold, right?
Yeah.
Western, very Eastern.
Yeah.
And then Malaysia's coming somewhere in between. Hong Kong's very Eastern.
Yeah.
Right? Correct
Yep,
me if I'm
agree.
wrong.
It
right?
is, yes. Because
And
with
South Carolina is as west as you
super
can get.
west. Yeah, yeah.
Super, right?
Yeah. But one thing I think I find quite interesting about Malaysia
Yeah.
or the Malaysian population is
Yeah.
that we are one of the, touch wood, one of
Oh.
the most peaceful
Yeah. Agreed.
people and
Yeah.
nationalities. So
Agreed.
if you look at our neighbors,
Yeah.
like Indonesia, what's
Yeah.
happening right now
Yeah.
over the past 1-2 weeks,
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Thailand, right?
Yeah.
So somehow
Ah.
while we are diverse,
Yeah.
and even when people go to the streets, whether it's political reasons or so on and so forth,
So
there's actually not much
no
yeah,
violence.
bloodshed,
Very,
yeah.
very low violence.
very low violence. So I think that's a good thing.
Great for
Yeah.
raising a family.
Yep. Oh, that's,
That's why
yeah.
I you know,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm ambassador, right? Literally,
Yeah, yeah.
I was the ambassador, but now I'm ambassador for
Yeah.
more real ambassador. But before I represented the country, I never
Yeah.
lived here.
Yeah.
So I've only lived here as an adult since
Yeah.
2019.
What?
But I'm
Oh,
convinced.
I thought you lived in Malaysia. Like
Oh
when you
yeah,
were
yeah. No,
representing-
my family left
Yeah.
in 1985. I was 5 years old,
Wow.
and we're living in Kuching.
Yeah.
So I've never lived in this side.
Ah, okay.
So that my first time living here, 2019. My wife kacau me. She's Thai. She's
Yeah.
like, oh, you're fake Malaysian. Tak boleh
Yeah.
cakap bahasa Melayu sikit saja. Blah blah. You
Yeah.
know.
Hey, Malayalam's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I try to rojak
Yeah.
a little bit, right? Malay is pretty easy to
Mhm.
learn. Yeah. So, yeah, but I realized that it's such a beautiful place to live,
Absolutely.
and to build a family.
Yeah.
It really, we kind of like always like, oh, grass is greener. Oh, go, you want to make money, go to Australia. Or you want to have the best lifestyle,
Yeah.
go to Australia. I don't think that's the case any
Mhm.
longer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe okay, if you're corporate, okay, if you tick off all the boxes,
Yeah.
yes. But if you're an entrepreneur, this part of the world is the part to be in, right?
So this part of the world, Malaysia specifically, is a great place to live.
Yep.
But we have to build for an export economy, right? We have to sell for the world.
Yes.
So if you could live and build in Malaysia and serve the world, that I don't think there's any better position, right, to be in.
Okay.
So if you can make US dollars, Australian dollars, Hong Kong dollars, Singapore dollars, but build it in Malaysia and enrich the community here, then I think it's a no-brainer.
That's a brilliant one. That's gold.
Yeah.
You know, I apply that right now. My silver fox.
Silver economy.
Build for the Singaporeans. Come bring their money.
That's
come
right.
spend your money here.
That's right.
Build for Australians. Hey, look, I see a lot of YouTubers now. They're trying to sell Malaysia. Aussies are selling Malaysia as a great place to live. Not only for retirees, to build your family.
Yeah.
Because actually, most people now we find out since COVID, most people can work from anywhere.
Yep.
Right?
And Malaysia is actually the number one travel destination in Asia this year. So Kuala Lumpur have actually surpassed Bangkok.
I read that. That's
and so
true.
if you walk around KL, you see so many like tourists, foreigners, and it's great. And I think that's what Malaysia should be, right?
I agree. I agree. Yeah, well, you know.
Okay, we got.
I think that's gonna be what we do the whole time. That's great. Okay, so mentorship. Let's go to mentorship.
Yeah.
Now, tell us about a mentor who had a lasting impact on your life or business decisions.
So personally, I view mentorship a bit different.
Yeah.
Some people would try to look for a mentor and get that advice or look up to someone and so on.
Yeah.
I think of mentorship as two ways. Yeah. So and that's the best type of mentor-mentee relationship, whereby the mentor is actually learning from the mentee, and likewise the mentee is learning from the mentor.
Yeah.
So oftentimes that type of relationship works very well when these two individuals can see themselves in each other. So for instance, let's say if today you were to mentor one of the young cyclists, and you can see his passion, his energy is putting in, but you don't have that as much today.
Right.
Because you've retired, you've got all your accolades, but now you can see that this person's hungry, or maybe even hungrier than where you were before.
There we go.
That's going to inspire you.
Absolutely.
Every day, you wake up, you think about him, right, or her. Now, and vice versa, that cyclist is young and he or she has not achieved any accolades yet, but is training hard for it. And he or she sees themselves in you and says, wow, shit, I want to be like Josiah when he was at that age. I think that is the best mentor-mentee relationship.
Absolutely.
So
I agree.
So it's two ways.
Yep.
And it's sustainable. So personally,
that's sustainable.
Sustainable.
Yes.
I don't necessarily am fond of one-way mentor relationships where you get someone older and then they're telling you what to do A, B, C, D. But a lot of times I find that type of views is very limiting because then they are essentially telling you based on their life, but not necessarily what you are living.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So,
and things change too. So it might not be relevant. Not everything, right? Okay.
Yeah. Didn't answer your question, but
okay. No, but that's important to start and define it. Having said that, so a two-way. What's been the most impactful mentorship that you can tell us a story?
Yeah. So when I was early on building my first company, I met a business partner along the way, and it wasn't something whereby we said, "Hey, let me be, your mentee or you be my mentor." It was just we decided to work on something together. He was very experienced in building up events. I was very passionate about young people. So young people plus events, that's the project that we started to work on. Unfortunately, 1 year after working with him, he was about 25 years older. And he was diagnosed with 4th stage cancer.
Oh, no.
But even as he was diagnosed with it, every single day he was still showing up. In the office, with the team. When he was not feeling well, the team was in his house. And it's not to say that he was workaholic, right? He was still spending time with his family, his friends. But it's just being there for who he cares about. And all the way till, unfortunately, he passed away, a year later. But he was there with the people he cared about until the final 2 days.
Yeah.
And then that's where I realized that it's not about how long you live, but it's about how deep, right? That you live.
The quality.
The quality,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
I think that was one thing I learned.
Yeah.
And I try to apply it, right, in what I
Okay.
do. It's how deep can we go in what we do.
Okay.
And how deep can we go with people
Yeah.
that we care about.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. So that kind of you have a lot of strong takeaways from that, right? How deep. So do you biohack then? Because we want quality deep, but we also want longevity,
Physical,
right?
All right, longevity. Yeah. I was on that path.
Yeah,
I was on path last year.
Okay.
So I was in the US. It's
Yeah.
easier to do it in the US somehow because for me there was less distraction.
Okay.
Especially in
Yeah.
terms of food.
Oh, yeah.
Malaysian food is quite hard to
But
resist.
they drink a lot too in North Carolina.
So I was.
I know a lot of craft beers out there.
Oh yes, there's a lot of beer.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I don't drink, so I don't have the.
Oh, you don't drink at all?
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
drink at
not
all.
even wine or anything.
Yeah, so it's good.
Oh,
So
nice.
I tell them I'm from Malaysia, and
Yeah.
Malaysians generally don't drink.
Ah.
They search it is because of the Muslim religion.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
like use that as my
Okay.
excuse. Like
So did you never drink?
very
Or did you
minimal.
Just okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's never been a part of your.
Yeah, it's not really a part
your
of my
life.
lifestyle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I
That's
don't have
good.
that extra calories to work
have
on
to
or
work-
burn off.
yeah. That's good.
So I
That's
did
good to know.
almost like 9 months. Went down body fat, went from something like 14-15% to 9%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Six
lost like
pack,
5
that's
kg.
I can
that
see
whole
the 6-pack at 9%.
Yeah,
Nice.
lifting 4-5 times.
Oh, you're lifting a lot.
Yeah, a
Okay.
lot. Calories was
High rocks or anything?
No, I didn't do high rocks.
Ah.
I was just playing a lot of tennis.
Okay.
And then 2,000 calories under
Oh, yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
And high quality like protein, 100 grams. Yeah, so I did that whole. Yeah.
Fasting or intermittent fasting.
Intermittent
you try
fasting.
That?
Yeah.
Do that?
Yeah.
Ice baths.
Yeah.
It's
like
really
it.
trendy these days,
yes,
man.
I love it, but it's very hard to do it in Malaysia for me because I live with my parents now.
Okay.
And then I hang out with my friends, and it's
Yeah.
sometimes it's not a social. If it limits you socially,
Okay.
right? When people want to eat something or they want to
Yeah.
share something, and you have to kind of eat your own meals.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
grew up plant-based.
Yeah.
And I'm no longer plant-based strictly. I do prefer it. But again, limits socially. So,
Yeah.
okay. And then, same thing with the drinking.
Yeah.
I do one of my
Yeah.
mentors lives at IRA, so he's got a great wine collection. So if I'm not participating in that, then it
Yeah.
kind of limits the bonding,
Yeah,
right?
agree with you. Yeah.
So, but I
Yeah.
just, I'm not really into it, but I'm like, okay, the wine's so good. The quality is so good. I don't have a hangover. Okay.
Yeah.
1 or 2 or 3,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But it's pretty hard when they keep on bringing up,
Yeah,
but
and
but
also,
I see, right?
Yeah,
You
when
get-
people drink more, then they get more excited to drink more, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So the self-fulfilling, right?
Yeah, but I say, hey, give and take.
Yeah,
Mentorship, right? I'm a mentee. I've
Yeah.
got to give, right? So
Yeah.
I can't refuse, and that will his wine, right? It's kind of,
True.
you might take it personally.
yeah. Yeah.
So so do you believe? We already said the mentorship is undervalued in Malaysia.
Mhm.
We already talked that
Yeah.
one through. How can someone build their personal board of advisors?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
you say like normally it's not like, hey, will you be my mentor?
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that, right?
Yeah.
It's not effective. So what ways they can build someone starting out that doesn't really leverage off mentorship yet,
Mhm.
but they know, okay, they watch this. I do need a mentor, but where do I begin?
Yeah, so the path for me in mentorship or mentoring someone has
Yeah.
always been a bit more organic.
Yeah.
So we learn from each other as we build something
Mm.
together, and then it goes back to why I like the concept of companies, because you get diverse people,
Yeah.
whether older, younger, working together on something.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's more of my experience. I don't go out to seek a mentor. It just
Yeah.
happens in the process of doing something. So I guess I use company as
Yeah.
an excuse.
Yeah.
Just to like hang out, to find
Yeah.
someone I learn from, someone
Yeah.
I can like, live
yeah.
certain part of vicariously through them.
Yeah.
Through a startup.
So that's great because I mean you're already in that flow.
Mm-hmm.
But then if we're thinking of someone that doesn't
Yeah.
have
Agree.
doesn't have that flow. Let's say they're already in it. I mean, they've gone up through the school. They got their degree. They went to. So for someone who is just pivoting, and they realize that mentorship is what they need, where do you even start? I mean, like you say, okay, events or doing things, and you meet the right-minded people. But yeah, for the people that not used to it, what would you recommend they do first couple steps?
So if I look at it practically, in your 20s, most of the time the mentors that you would probably encounter would be someone you work with, someone you work for, potentially maybe a client. So someone that has more experience. Yeah. And then when you go in your 30s, it could be business partners. Yeah. They could be almost a two-way mentorship. And then in your 40s, it's sometimes it comes in the form of like board members, advisory board. So maybe I'm giving a skewed perspective as an entrepreneur. Yeah. And then for the structure is in a form of like a company or in form of a startup. But I guess beyond this chessboard of startups and companies, there's also life mentorship. Yeah. That goes beyond that. Probably relationship.
The less technical.
Right? Less technical.
Yeah, right.
How do you live a good life?
Right.
Lifestyle, religion, spirituality, health. So I think there's also many aspects beyond just work. That's
It's a good one. One of my guests said was church, religion, right? Religion, going to church, going to mosques, and you have built-in mentorship there.
Yep.
Right?
I think it's
that's a good one. But I think normally people don't think of it that way. But that's a good way to look at it. Yeah. Okay. Well, we want to cover a little bit of money. And then we'll have some rapid fire questions. Your first big lesson about money, what was that? Either losing it or making it.
So I've never thought about losing money until I made money. Because you can't lose.
If you don't have it.
Yeah, you don't have it, right? So
you can lose them small.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily significant.
Right. Significant.
So in my 20s, it was all about building financial freedom, making the money. And then when I had my first exit, couple of million US dollars, that's when I started to feel the pain of losing money. Because once you have it, I always thought that when you have it, you just get more, right?
Yeah.
Like you just put it in a bank.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. There's ups and downs to it.
Oh yeah.
And especially if you're investing in things that you don't understand. In some cases, I was investing in properties. I was investing in like at some point a little bit of crypto. A little bit of private equity, and I realized that I didn't fully understand what I was investing in. It was essentially what people were recommending, pitching. And now after going through that cycle, I just invest in what I understand, and other than that, just keep it safe in safe assets.
Okay. What do you consider safe assets for you?
Yeah, I think fixed income or like indexes.
Okay.
I think that would be
at
least just
tried and true, safe, right?
Yeah, just highly diversified.
Defensive.
Yeah.
Right.
Defensive. Yeah.
Right.
Because in the startup world, we are already pretty offensive.
You're really extremely offensive.
Yeah, it's either 0 or 100.
Right. So are you no longer like angel investing as much, or?
Yeah, so I would have like 3. The way I think about it, it's the companies I build, the companies I invest, and then defensive portfolio.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But so companies build. Okay. So what's the ratio at this point?
Still very much on the investing and building. I think that's still much heavier in terms of my portfolio.
So less on the defensive.
Yeah. But then, of course, as I, as kind of cross the 30s to 40s, I'm rethinking maybe we got to restructure that a bit.
Right. Okay. So you've been restructuring then?
Not yet.
Okay.
But I think there's a thought around.
Okay. Makes sense. Now, would you drive that, or would you get into experts and then work with them?
So that was the conversation that we had earlier when you were
Yeah.
talking about the providing private banking
Right.
to more folks.
Yeah.
Actually, I spent a month looking at the private wealth space
Okay.
because I was thinking of building a startup actually in that space. I'll share you my notes
okay.
separately on this.
Right. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so I did a lot of research on all the comparable
Wow,
companies
okay.
out there.
Yeah.
What I realized was that the maybe a bit divergent from this question, from
Yeah.
your question,
Yeah.
but as an entrepreneur and an investor, the traits are quite different. Entrepreneurs are motivated to move fast, to pivot,
Yep.
to execute, do
Yep.
stuff,
Yep.
right? A lot of like input, output.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
best investors are actually quite the opposite. They don't do as much.
Yeah.
They are more patient.
Right.
They actually think a lot more and reflect a lot more and go deep in before making the decision. So they trade actually
Yeah.
less.
Right,
That's
right,
what,
okay.
well, at least what when I speak to a lot of investors, they have
Okay.
a long-term view of certain companies. They put the
Yeah.
money in and they back it,
Okay.
right, over like 5-10 years.
So I mean, it's just small trenches,
it's all trenches over time.
right? Over
Yeah.
time. So they don't go all in just
Yeah.
because cheap valuation. They'll go,
Yes.
okay, I'll stake, put it in,
Yeah.
and then as you grow,
Yeah.
I'll put in more. Right?
Yeah.
That's
and
I've
and
noticed that.
And they're more patient
I've
as
noticed
well.
that. Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
where I find that
Yeah.
the making money part as an
Yeah.
entrepreneur, you got to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But actually not losing money and making money as an investor
Different
is
skills.
a very
yeah.
different skill set and
Yeah.
a different nature because markets are going to go up and down.
They are.
What is going to define a good investor is what happens when the market goes down.
Yeah.
That's one. But
Yeah.
also what happens when the market goes up. When do you
Yeah.
actually take? And it's
You
quite
don't think about that,
yeah,
right?
I don't think about that, right? As an
It's
entrepreneur,
like,
it's just
like, when do you exit?
Yeah.
It's like, is that enough? Or but same thing also with like business owners, right? It's like when to call it a day too, like, or right? It's like how much is
Yeah.
enough?
Yeah,
And-
it's just like
right?
I don't know whether like being good at that as an entrepreneur equates to being good as an investor per se, because it's
Probably not.
may have a different emotion
Yeah.
to it,
Yeah.
because one is something you're building,
Yeah, it's
which
part of you,
highly
your DNA.
attached,
Yeah.
versus an investor where you're
Yeah.
actually not highly attached to it. right?
Or shouldn't
Yeah.
be.
Shouldn't be. Exactly. Yeah.
I am, because I really
Yeah.
get into it, because I
yeah.
I look at the company, I don't look at the stock price,
Yeah.
which may be a bad thing too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Maybe a good thing though. Huh? Yeah. Because sometimes if you look at the price too much, then
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you're a trader.
it's just trading.
You're just trading.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. Okay. Okay. How did your thinking around wealth evolve as your net worth grew?
So when I was younger, I didn't have much
Mm.
because my parents, middle class, they were
Okay.
educationists, teachers.
Yeah.
So, my bank account, I was never in debt. Neither I had a lot of money.
Okay. So
Yeah.
true blue middle class.
Yeah, I think the most I had in my bank account was like 10,000 ringgit
Okay.
at any point of time
Yeah.
in my early even till maybe when I was like 20 years old.
Okay.
So when I started to build the companies and had the first exit,
Yeah.
um,
How old were you at your first exit?
27, 28.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I
So seven-figure exit.
surprised, because it
Yeah.
almost felt surreal
Yeah.
that the numbers are now in 7-8 digits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah.
I didn't know what to do with it.
Buy a Ferrari.
Yeah. I went through that cycle.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
actually, I know.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Actually, 2-3 times. Yeah, I bought and I
Okay.
sold. Then because
Yeah.
I bought it, I'm like, oh, this is not, bringing me what I thought.
Yeah,
I
thought.
tried.
Yeah.
Then after I sold it, I'm like, actually, I do like driving it. And
Yeah.
I bought the
Another
car
one.
again.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went through different cycles
Okay.
of.
Are you a car guy though?
I was.
Okay. Was.
I don't know if I still am. I'm
Okay.
not sure. Yeah.
Okay.
But I think what has definitely evolved is I used to think like making the money equates to some sort of achievement.
Mm.
Although back then I call it financial freedom, I
Yeah.
never really experienced it as freedom. I actually experienced it as more like earning the money to expense it, right? To buy
Yeah.
stuff you want.
Yeah.
But actually, the best thing about wealth and money is freedom and the freedom to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Work with whoever you want to work with.
Yeah.
Build whatever idea you want to have.
Yeah.
So I think money equates now to me as optionality and freedom, less of
more
choices. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one. The thinking about that is now about freedom and in choices.
Yeah.
Options. The
Yeah.
more options you have, that hey.
And one extension to that is
Right.
that I now, in the early 40s, I think about
Yeah.
is also helping others.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I don't think about it when I was in my 20s. Right?
That's
about
true.
wealth. I
So
just think about myself.
Yeah.
Right? It's
Yeah.
like, hey,
Yeah.
once you get your
Yeah.
exit, you get some money,
Yeah.
then you buy it for yourself.
Yeah.
But now I think there's a bit more altruistic intention.
Yeah.
As we make money, we also want to share it with others that we care about.
That's what makes real, true fulfillment,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. I love that. Love that. Okay. All right. Okay. What do you believe high net worth individuals do differently from the average Malaysian when it comes to building and managing wealth?
Mm-hmm. I think the first thing
different.
is, the mid. Yeah, I think sorry, maybe if you repeat the question.
Okay.
Again. Yeah.
So, what do you believe the high net worths, what do they do differently as opposed to the average Malaysian when it comes to building and managing wealth?
There's a famous saying that,
Mm.
it's making your money work for you versus working for money. I think that's
the biggest.
a good summary of
Yeah.
how, when I was younger, I was working for money.
money.
And then once you have money, you need to make it work for you.
Yeah.
But
Easier said than done.
Easier said than done.
Yeah.
And if you dig deeper into it,
Mm.
actually, when you have money, it really amplifies who you are as a person.
I've heard that before. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
That's true.
So then, when I reflect on that, it
Yeah.
amplifies what's important to you, and that's why in the initial years when I was in my 20s, I thought that there's certain physical items was important.
Yeah.
Like buying a car,
Yeah.
like going
Property.
to this property, holidays, going
business
to
class, first class.
yeah. And in those, that's when you like take photos or videos, you share with
Yeah.
friends, social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's right or wrong. I think it's
Yeah.
just going through a phase
Yeah.
in which
Yeah.
maybe in our 20s that's important to us.
Yeah.
But then I guess in the 30s and 40s, it changes where, maybe today it's about blessing others.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's about, giving you more time to do things that you want to do.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably the cycle that I'm going through.
Yeah.
And
that's a
I'm
good
welcoming
cycle.
it.
And I'm glad that you came back. It's
Yeah.
it's good for Malaysia, right? I mean,
Yeah.
this is a good phase to come back to your roots.
Yeah,
Right?
but that's where my tension is, which is
Mm.
our initial point that we discussed earlier.
Okay.
I've come back over the past 1 month. I
Yeah.
love the Malaysian living and comfort,
Yeah.
but there's a tension where I feel we need to be more ambitious.
Yeah.
Right? We need to build for the world.
Yeah.
We need to be best in the world and best for the world. I think that goes back to we
I
need to make
agree.
Malaysia great,
I agree.
right?
Hence Olympian Mindset.
Yeah.
That's why I got you on,
Yeah.
because it resonated.
Yeah, and
'Cause
that's
you-
why when you invited,
yeah.
I felt that
Yeah.
this, and it was timely because as I was coming
And
back,
I really
was-
appreciate it. Thank
yeah,
you.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for inviting.
Yeah.
I felt it was timely because I was going through this tension.
Okay.
Coming from big markets like Hong Kong,
Yeah.
China,
Oh, yeah.
US, into
Yeah.
Malaysia in a month. I like the lifestyle, but
Yeah.
I felt that something is missing here. Is
Yeah,
the spirit of
you're
making
right.
Malaysia great.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And we need all the help that we can get.
Yeah. And
So we-
like-mindedness,
right.
right, to push this forward.
Yeah.
Yep.
We need some fun projects to kind of open up the mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is one of the little ones,
Yeah.
right? But you never know where it can go. All right. Love it. Love it. Okay. Practical takeaways. How should a listener in their 30s with limited savings start planning for long-term wealth?
They should ask you, huh? That's, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I'm the best person to advise on someone in
Yeah.
their 30s long-term wealth because
Yeah.
I gained it through a bit of an unusual
Yeah,
path.
that's true. Not everyone
Yeah.
can replicate
It's,
what you've done.
Yeah, a lot of ups and downs.
Yeah.
At some point, startups I built, running out of cash, it could have been a zero outcome.
Yeah, that's
so
right,
high
that's
stakes.
right. Yeah.
I started early,
Yeah.
and therefore it was
Yeah.
going through the cycles a couple of times helped. help myself to be resilient.
Yeah.
But entrepreneurship is not for everyone, right? Everyone can make a living. They can build their wealth in different ways. That they're good at, or they have an interest or passion in. So I don't know if I'm the best person to advise on financial planning. Yeah.
But I think with that mindset-wise, with financial planning, you're probably a lot very resourceful. Because when you run out of options, you find different ways to solve the problems.
Yeah.
Because that's what you guys do. You're cream of the crop. Your resourcefulness is your network and your ability to kind of go, okay, solve problems outside of the box resourcely, right?
Yeah.
So I would say that, if you're limited savings, start planning for long term. How would a 30-something work on how to be more resourceful?
Yeah,
right?
so that's a great point. And I think as you're sharing this, I'm reflecting and also thinking about
conversation.
how,
it's a good one.
learning on that point.
Right.
When I think about resourcefulness as an entrepreneur, especially in the tech industry, I actually think about windows of technology evolution and whether or not. So if you go back to a principle of a startup, there are three things that drives a startup. It's people, the idea, and funding. People, idea, funding. Three things. But actually, the biggest lever of impact whether startup is successful or not is actually timing. So there's research done on thousands and thousands of startups. Yes, of course, people, funding, and idea is important. But timing is actually the most important factor. So, for instance, I started my first technology company in year 2009. And that was the early window of what they call the Web 2 generation. Right? So Web 2 generation was digital. So that's where media became digital. It exploded, and from newspapers, it turned into websites, TV, into YouTube. It all started within that generation, 2009 onwards. So that's where I so happened decided to build a digital media company or digital news company that eventually became Says.com, so on and so forth. So that was the timing. And then that 2009 window extended all the way to maybe some time between 2015 to 16. That was where I built also e-commerce company, also digital, right? Commerce. You built, the on-demand chef, also digital in that generation, digital payments. So now in 2025, there's actually a new window of technology, which is AI. And it only started to, at least the use cases started in 2023 with GPT-4. That's when people could imagine use cases for businesses, consumer. Before that, if you look at AI, AI was more deep tech, machine learning.
That's true.
So it's something not many people can actually understand how it affects our day-to-day life. But today it is
everyone
can understand.
It seems like
I showed it to my parents. They could kind of initially understand how it helps them too. So
do they use it?
Not yet.
My dad uses it every day. What's that one that you speak into? Grok. He uses Grok every day. He even asked Grok, how long do I have to live? Grok told him 6 months, so he's like, don't believe that. But he takes it too far. I'm dude, why would you do that? But
it's good.
They're using it every day.
Yes, and I think if you look from older generation all the way to kids, so AI is a little bit like pickleball, right? Like everyone can play, and to some extent, a 7-year-old can play with it, as a 6-year-old can play with it. And I think the next 5 to 10 years, that's the window. So when I think about resourcefulness, I correlate it to actually timing too, which is if you are in your 20s today and you're thinking about starting a business, you got to think of an AI first business. So the way to think about it is start an AI business that happens to do retail, or start an AI business that happens to serve the grey economy. So if you think it that way, that's when the success would come much easier.
Capital raising too, right? They want everything's AI now, right? AI based this, AI based that. Right?
And because the
AI based
models,
retirement platform.
Exactly. That's probably how we should think about it, right? For the grey economy retirement platform, because then we are on this tailwind where because when you're building a startup, you're sort of playing chess, but there's actually a larger chessboard where everyone's playing. So if you're building something that has a good tailwind, what you're building eventually, all the AI models becomes better. Then what you can provide becomes better. Essentially, success will come.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Okay.
So resourcefulness.
That's resourcefulness.
Yeah.
Is it smarter to build one business deeply or diversify early with side hustles or investments?
You got to start with building. You got to start with building a business deep first. That's just my path, and what I've seen people around me. Once you're able to build the roots, then you can diversify and take out the branches, right, from the tree and invest. However, I guess there could also be another path if investors maybe have a different path where they don't necessarily need to build something deep. I guess if over time they're good in investing in a certain thesis, but
I'm a bit torn. Right. So I believe go deep because that's what I did before, right? With my cycling, and then but now I'm like mid 40s, I have a young family, and now I'm like kind of like torn. Like I'm like, okay, diversify. I'm like, I've got my podcast. I mean, like.
No, but actually, I think that you've already done it. You've already gone deep. You've gone deep on your Olympian journey. Right, and that had built you into the person you are today.
And I'm now diversifying
and
that.
And then now you're diversifying, and even the startup that you built, you went deep. Success or failure is immaterial, right? But you went deep, and now with what you have learned, you can go broad. But you can't go broad without going deep. And
that's true. Okay, that's good. Thanks for that perspective, because I didn't look at it
Actually,
that way.
In fact, your Olympian journey, you went really deep.
I went super deep. Almost died twice. All right, I think this has been a great conversation. What we do at Olympian Mindset, we like to wrap it up with some rapid fire.
Okay,
you guys ready for that?
Yeah.
All right. First app you check in the morning.
Aura Ring.
Okay.
The Aura app.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
So, and it's because I came across this quote by a monk on IG, right? One of the stories. He said that in life you have many problems. But the moment you don't feel healthy, you only have one problem.
Yeah, that's true. I've read that one too.
So and especially I think in our 40s, I think we got to prioritize health is number one, because that's an enabler for us to do everything else in our life. So so Aura app is the first.
I love that one. Hardest decision you've ever had to make in business?
Exiting. Yeah, because as an entrepreneur, you get very attached to what you're building, and you spend years. The 3 businesses I exited, on average, I spent about 5 to 8 years in each of it. So it's a long time.
How long did that process make to decide that decision process to go? Okay, they just happen. Okay, I'm just gonna exit, or just like 6 months, just like percolating.
I think there's 2 phases to it. One is planning to eventually exit, and the day that you exit. So planning to exit is a rational exercise. You put the numbers together, talk to people, put the business case.
How long that process lasts?
Usually it'll take 1 to 2 years.
Oh wow.
To actually exit a business.
It's long.
Because there needs to be an intentional decision to do it.
Handover.
Handovers
at least 6 months, right?
Yeah.
All right. One book that changed how you think.
The hard thing about the hardest things.
The hard thing about the hardest
or the hardest things about the hard things. It's either one of them. The hard thing about the hardest things.
Okay, the hard thing about the hardest things. We'll look that up. Most overrated piece of advice you hear often?
Just work harder. Because I don't think that Malaysians, they don't work hard enough. So maybe... I don't think that Malaysians don't work hard enough. That's like a double, is it? Right? I don't think that Malaysians don't work hard enough, or I think Malaysians do work hard.
You do, Malaysians do work hard.
It's they do.
Right.
So when I hear people saying that, or people giving advice to others, say, hey, you just got to work harder. I think of it as like running. Okay, if you're running in the wrong direction and you run faster, you're actually getting further away from wherever the right place. So I think clarity is really important.
Yeah.
And doing the right things.
Yeah.
So working on the right things is pretty important. And that's why
Yeah.
we talk about Malaysia. How do we become more ambitious? How do we position ourselves to
Yeah.
build something for the world?
Yeah.
And if we can get the right position and channel the energy of hard work towards it,
Yeah.
then we get somewhere.
Mm.
So, yeah, I think that's
That's why you came back too.
to figure this out. That's the
To
tension
do-
I'm trying to solve.
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next for Joel Neoh?
So it goes back to the point about what's next is a bit of like an achievement sort of framing. So I want to think about who is next.
Yeah.
Because we have this blessed life to live multiple types of, or at least I think that one life we could live multiple experiences of who we want to be.
Yeah.
So every 5 to 10 years, I try to think about actually what's the next person or what's the next Joel that I want to be.
Yeah.
So who is next is I want to be involved in this AI generation of technology companies.
Yeah.
Whether is it investing in 50, 100 young entrepreneurs who are building in this space, and at the same time building some myself.
Yeah.
Because the best way I can contribute to them is not just investments and capital, but also when I build myself, I would understand what they're going through
Yeah.
and value add in a hands-on way.
Mhm.
So I think it's going to be somewhere between like building, investing, but try to build something that's global from Malaysia.
Yeah.
And hopefully.
So you want to drive for sure. You want to drive your own project and then invest in others that are like-minded.
I'm
right?
probably going to do both.
Both.
Because I find that if I'm just investing, then I'm at the sidelines.
Yeah.
I'm actually not in it with
Yeah,
them.
you want to get your hands wet, get
Yes.
your hands dirty,
Yes.
right?
And
That's the fulfilling part because that's who you are, your
yes,
DNA.
Yes, and it
You're
gives
a
me an
builder.
excuse to like get good people to work
Hang
on
out.
something.
Right.
And actually, in that process,
Yeah.
over the past 1 month, then I've met so many brilliant Malaysians.
Yeah.
They come from Ivy League universities,
Oh, yeah.
the Harvards, the Stanfords. They move back to Malaysia, and they actually want to build something global too.
Okay.
So that's where in the process of becoming that person, I'm also meeting people who wants to become that.
Yeah.
And therefore, I think that's sort of what's next.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Well,
Yeah.
can't wait to see that. Man. Okay. Wrap things up. Complete the sentence.
Yeah.
We already talked a little bit about this, but to achieve greatness, Malaysians must.
Okay, again, huh? Let me. I've got too many. I'm now picking.
Yeah, now we have to.
Yeah.
We talked about it, but now we have to kind of like articulate in one thing. To achieve greatness, Malaysians must
Dream bigger. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Dream bigger.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Joel.